You know, this is this is a question that has bugged me and been on my mind for the longest time. And maybe you're like me as well, and if you are, it would puzzle you as well. Now, it's something that from time to time when I go through an existential crisis, this is the first thing that I think of. It's like the bottom denominator. It's something that is at the top of everyone's minds if they're really thinking about it, especially when they're having either death anxiety or they're just searching for purpose or anything like that. I always tell myself, why is there something rather than nothing? Now, you can go back and say, well, the universe had started with the Big Bang, but before that there was nothing, right? You know, they say there's a bunch of mass and it was building up and this pressure and it exploded, and all of the stuff that we see now just came to existence. It blows my mind when I think about it. Like we're on a rock, a floating rock in black emptiness. And there's all these laws, gravity, laws of gravity, physics, all of these constructs that build up the material world, the physical world that we all live in. But at the end of the day, it still doesn't negate the fact that the biggest question that everyone should be asking is, why is there something rather than nothing? Why are we here in general? You know, you could say, well, it's the universe observing itself. That's why we're here, is we're just an extension of the universe observing through different lenses to experience itself. But even still, why does the universe exist? It's like the craziest thing. This is going to be the most, I don't really smoke weed, but if this was an episode of Matt Rants, this would be like the number one, I guess just total stoner kind of topic, because it's something that I've never really kind of came to terms with. Life can be very beautiful at times, and it can be very scary, traumatic. We come across grief, a lot of other emotions, a lot of physical pain, a lot of physical pleasure. But why? Like, why? And you could say it's the constructs of the universe, it's the way the universe is assembled, and this is how the material world, the physical world plays out. But it's still that question, And this is why even religion, while I understand it's like searching for answers, or it's putting your faith in something, and even still, let's say there was a God. What was before the God that created everything, right? Like, it's like a circle, and it goes back to another question as well, which is a philosopher question, the chicken or the egg theory, right? Like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Because you need an egg to spawn a chicken, but then you need another chicken to spawn another egg, then you need another egg to spawn another chicken, and it just keeps going and going. So when was the first? Where was the first piece right there, right? Like, where did it come from? Where did everything come from that we see right now? It freaks me the hell out when I really go deep into it, and then that's why I have to stop, because my wife will be like, Matt, just shut up. You're just driving me insane. You're making my head hurt. Just stop. But it makes no sense. Like, why are we here? What is this? I've made lots of videos about how is Earth a hell realm, and that's assuming that there is some sort of greater power. Then if there is a greater power, why is there a greater power? What was before the greater power? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you kind of understand what I'm talking about to a certain degree, and I know I sound like a stoner right now, and it's funny because I don't smoke weed. In fact, it just gives me anxiety. I've tried it before, of course, like most people. I've had spells where I kind of try it more than usual, but it's just not for me. And it's just, you have to be honest to yourself. Now, people can explain this away, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of comments, in the comment section. That's actually one of the reasons why I like to make these type of ramble rant videos, because there's a lot of people who have very constructive feedback, different takes that I have never thought about, different intuitions, different theories, and I love the feedback. I really do. But at the end of the day, I don't think that I can necessarily, it's not about trusting the feedback. I still think the question itself is so big that I don't think anyone could really wrap their head around it. And that's why I think science, we get to a point now where right now we're exploring quantum physics, right? Scientists are exploring this, and it's bringing up all these other problems now. And it feels like science is kind of stuck. Apart from AI, which feels like they needed to create further technology because we kind of ran into roadblocks here. But apart from certain tech, science in general it felt like it's gotten to a roadblock where we've stopped exploring things. Like, we've stopped exploring space. And then other questions come up, like, is space even real? Because there's the simulation theory hypothesis, which is basically that the observable universe, it renders like a video game, right? So, and that's why the theory of speed of light, if you think about it, it's so absurd how far everything is. It's why some people hypothesize that it kind of renders, because we can't even, it's almost inconceivable. So it's like rendering like a video game. Like it's there, but it's very difficult to actually reach it. That's why it's like light years and light years away, right? Like the whole universe is apparently still expanding. So it's like if you had a light, that light would just keep going. And that's kind of like the way the universe is. It's like it just keeps going and going and going. And then there is an exterior force apparently to the universe. But even still, what is the outside, right? If the universe is expanding eternally, is it nothingness? How did this reality even come to be, right? Like, if it's just nothingness, why is there nothingness here? Why is there's something? Again, goes back to the beginning of the video, the question that I posed: why is there something rather than nothing? I still can't wrap my head around that, and maybe I'm just too stupid to do it, and that's fair. I'm not a scientist. I never claimed to be. I'm not really a philosopher either, I wouldn't even say, but I read a bit, I watch a lot of videos on it, and it's just something that's going to puzzle me till the day I die, and that's the saddest thing, is we will never really fully understand until maybe we die. And even then, it's like, what if there is something else after death, and it's still going to just lead to more questions and more questions and more questions, and it's like we're on. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. I don't really know what I'm saying, to be honest. I just feel like it's a question that's so pivotal to just existing in general. Maybe we shouldn't even really know the real reason why there is something rather than nothing, because maybe it'd be too heartbreaking of an answer, right? But it still, nonetheless, makes me ponder that every single day, the fact that we exist at all, as much as it's a miracle, it's a can of worms that, once you open up, that's the story of humanity, right? We've always been searching for a higher power, God. You go back to ancient civilizations, they had, they were even more attached to some sort of higher entity or something, right? Like, there was all ancient societies were worshiping something or wanted to worship something. And maybe it's because the whole idea of just us existing out of nothingness is so difficult to not only wrap your heads around, so painful to come to terms with. But I still say to myself, whenever I get depressed in any way, when I think about this, when I get really existential, I always ask myself, but why is there something rather than nothing? Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe there's a reason why, and it's a positive reason. But regardless, still doesn't negate the fact that that is the biggest question ever. I don't think there is a question that is bigger. It's even bigger than, is there life after death? I think the fact that there is something rather than nothing is the bigger question. Why is that the case? But regardless, anyways, I can't wait to read your feedback about this topic and rant down below in the comment section. I would love your feedback. Maybe you can calm me down a little bit and maybe talk some sense into me. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.